Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't done so already, ladies and gentlemen, just smash that subscribe button and join the Crypto Wealth crew. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about all of my current passive income investments related to crypto. I believe this is all of them. And I got this diagram up here because I covered this extensively in one of my videos. I talk about my overall cryptocurrency strategy, and you can check that out in the description. I'll try to remember to link it above as well. But this strategy, I mean, I'm not going to cover this entire diagram, but the idea is understanding. I'll try to let you know each one of my investments. I'm going from the highest risk, more speculative investments to the longer, more stable. Now, what I'm not including in here is just my HODL cryptocurrency, which the main thing that I'm HODLing is Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Tron. That's the main thing that I'm HODLing. So this is all of my different passive income investments. The idea is starting with a higher risk, moving to lower risk. I'm going to tell you what I like about each investment, what I don't like about each investment. What you'll find out about me, if you're new to the channel, is I get excited from time to time. I can FOMO into an investment. I can be, enthusiastic, but rarely do I look at something as 100% positive or 100% negative. Like, I can always tell you the pros and the cons, the good and the bad, what I like and what I don't like about a particular investment. And we're gonna, and that's gonna be no different today. I'm gonna be upfront and honest with you about my opinions about each investment that I currently hold. By the way, this is not financial advice to you. I'm not even gonna put any affiliate links in this particular video. I just want to update you on what I'm doing, because I get questions about this, and you can kind of see from my own experience, but not investment advice. I'm not an expert. I'm just a cryptocurrency enthusiast. I love to talk about this space. I love to create awareness about this. I believe in the future of Bitcoin. I believe that cryptocurrency and Bitcoin will provide in a decentralized way, will provide the greatest financial revolution, the greatest technological evolution that has ever occurred in our lifetimes, and maybe in all of history. Outside the reinvention of the wheel, decentralized digital finance might be the next greatest investment, at least from a perspective of humanity and from a way of life. That is my personal opinion. And I believe those of us that are here now are early, and we get to benefit from a young space that is efficient and is ripe with tremendous amount of opportunities that most people aren't even aware of. So let's get started. And that's true. If you're not in crypto, man, people just don't know. I mean, people have no idea what's possible. The past couple of days I've been talking with a buddy of mine who's a financial advisor, and his mind is blown. And I got this up right now. I'm actually not this investment is not live. I got in on a small pre-sale of this token, and but I've got an interview coming up on my channel. This video goes out, that interview may have already happened, I'm not sure, but I just want you to know that Base Protocol is very, very interesting. This is a token that's coming out. The best way to think about it is it's a Rebase token that allows you to essentially invest in what the S&P 500 index fund is. Base Protocol for finance, Base Protocol is, except with the coin market cap. It attempts to peg a price to the coin market cap. So there's a lot of different ways to be able to profit with this thing. Long term, it's a kind of a buy and hold sort of strategy, and be able to invest in the coin market cap. That's the hope of the project. But you want to make certain you watch that full interview. I did a full in-depth interview. We covered so many things. We covered the cascade. That is amazing. It's a unique staking opportunity. We covered their dashboard, which allows you to do certain types of arbitrage. We covered the actual protocol itself, how it works, the mechanics of it. Make certain that you watch that video. I'll be sure to link it above as well. So be sure to be on the lookout for that video. Now, we're going to move in, and I'm just mentioning Base. It's the only thing that I'm talking about that I'm not really in. I mean, I'm in it, but it hasn't really launched yet. It doesn't launch for another, 10 or 12 days, but it's worth being aware of, and it's worth paying attention to. Again, not investment advice. I don't need to say that over and over in this channel, but it's not investment advice. All right, let's go next to my more speculative investments, my high risk investment. I'm going to show you a token that really has done well for me. I don't know where it goes from here, but we're talking about Moon Finance. Now, Moon Finance at this point, I hesitate, but I put Moon Finance in high risk in date. I don't know what it's going to do. I gave this originally started out as sponsored content for me, and then I became an investor, and I've done well with it. Like, I've done quite well. I've pulled out a little bit. I mean, I don't know, I've gotten maybe a couple ETH out of this thing, but I don't know where it goes from now. The price keeps going down. Basically, the way that it works, there's a lot of mechanics here. If you're familiar with like the bankroll ecosystem or the old school P3D ecosystem, you'll see some similarities here. It's essentially a 10% in, 10% out virtual deposit contract, but that 10%, or maybe it's 6%, whatever, it's a fee in, a fee out, but you get it back at 7% a day. So when you deposit, when you stake something, like I've staked a total of 3.4 over here, I've gotten out 4.3, so I guess that means that I've profited like 1 point. I'm not sure how to figure that out because this continues to go up even when you stake. So this isn't totally accurate. It's not like I pulled 4 ETH out of here, I promise you, or 4 moon tokens out of here, I promise you. But the moon token is a deflationary token. So this is what I've gotten back that I can withdraw. You can easily sell it on Uniswap. This thing started out at how is that? Bilaxy. I don't use it. I don't know what that's all about. But the price for the token is down to 348. It has been up. If you go back here, I mean, at one point it hit like, it's not showing it. At one point, this thing hit $25,000 or $2,000. Like, it was nuts. And you can see it's been highly volatile. Here's why. There's only 1,960 something tokens. That's it. And basically, you get 7% back a day, and you can roll them if you want, and it increases, and it pays you out of this contract. Well, this contract keeps going down. At some point, it ends. Now, they're not expecting the project to end because they have other projects. They have Moon Gold, which is a similar sort of contract, but it pays out in Moon Gold. I don't pay a lot of attention to that. They have Moon FOMO. Moon FOMO is similar to the old school FOMO 3D. Those of you that are familiar with that, it's essentially a game with the tokens. And the design is they all increase burn. There's a 1% burn on everything. So they all increase the burn. I'm not going to explain this because I'm not into this. I'm just literally just sitting here holding the token. I'm not really worried about any of their games. I'm just holding the token. If the project does well, the token price will do well. The total users continue to go up, but this is highly, highly speculative. The past couple of days I've been withdrawn because I keep watching this drop, and I don't know what the longer term plan is, if anything at all. So I've been withdrawing. I may start rolling. I literally, before I started this video, I was looking at each of my investments. I think I may roll this through the weekend just because. Yeah, I may roll this through the weekend. I'll just have to wait and see. And basically, it won't, because there's so few tokens. Like, literally, understand there's less than 2,000 total tokens. And I got on this thing early on, and I got 3.4 tokens staked. Basically, you make 85% return. It's 100. You get 185% back over like 7% a day, which I think is 26 days. So since you can't unstake this, you get this back plus 85% profit in tokens. However, what you can't control is the token price. But because there's a community of users, they have a pretty good active Telegram, it has the potential to jump way up again. There's limited supply. I mean, they're probably close to 1,600, 1,500 tokens or something like that right now. So, and every time you transact, it's a burn. So it's basically like a virtual deposit contract plus a deflationary token. And there's currently three dApps. This one, Moon Gold, and then Moon FOMO. So, and I know there's another dApp planned. They've got at least one listing. They're looking to get listed on another exchange. So I don't know where it goes. I'm not trying to count it out. I just don't know how long it can last is really what I'm getting at. All right, let's move. Next, we're going to move into the auction platforms. Now, these auction staking platforms are very, very interesting. They originally come from Hex, which I'll be talking about a little bit later in this live stream. And I'm going to be talking about everything. I'm going to be talking about my gaming platforms in not this live stream, this video. I'm going to be talking about my gaming platforms in this video. I'm going to be talking about everything in my free Crypto Passive Profits newsletter. Not everything, but I'm going to be talking about several of the projects there. I'm literally going to be covering, this is going to be an extensive video. So the auction staking platforms, what I like about the auction staking platforms is they were a really good return on investment. Like if you got in early, initially they did really well. There's a lot of these now. Like I've heard of probably 4 or 5, and they're having trouble launching. They're just not getting a lot of volume. This mechanic of having an auction lobby now it's proven basically to have a lifespan. It does not continue by itself. There's got to be further development happening. You've got to have a use case. There's got to be something you can do with those tokens. You'll see the lobby is dropping. I mean, started out at 14 million, and now we're at 34 days, and the good news is they're already above 71,000. So in the beginning of these things, if you got in early, you could ROI super fast. But the question when you get in early is it going to get hacked? Is there going to be an issue? DSP had some major problems early on. Day 4 or 5, basically they shut down the whole website and brought it back up, and people lost a lot, and it was crazy. But it still putzing along. And at this point, the only reason and by the way, if you got in early and you stayed long enough and you got a lot of good shares, you're still earning. Like, it's still a decent earning. And so I mean, I'm going to sit here. I still have my shares here. I'm just sitting here collecting each day. I'm not really going in right now. I'm just watching what's happening. And I haven't been following, they got further development. They are creating some use cases for the token. They've got 3 or 4 projects coming up if you go into Telegram. To be brutally honest with you, though, all I see that doing is extending the life. I see it adding an element of risk, an element of speculation, but it's just extending the life. And for me, just like Moonday, like, I'm in the token, but everything that's laying on top of it, I'm not really worried about that. If those things do well, the token does well. The reality is what they're going to do is keep getting people in to mess with the token. I know I'm not supposed to be telling you that. YouTubers, usually don't like to talk about that stuff, or other people don't like to talk about that stuff. But I mean, I'm just being blunt and honest with you. Like, that's my thoughts. That's what I do. That's how I approach it. And so same thing here. I'm not really messing with I'll pay attention to what projects they come out with. If they come out with an exchange and you can, become a liquidity provider, that could be a little bit interesting just from a return standpoint, because other projects, which I'll talk about in a minute, have done well with that. But for now, I'm just holding in the lobby. I'm holding my stakes. I'm just earning, and I'm just going to see where it goes. This is high risk. I do consider this high risk end date. Like, this is going to end at some point. And again, I take these profits and I'll move them down to other high risk stuff that has no obvious end date. And then I move it more into more solid passive businesses, etc. So that's where I'm at with these projects. Now, let's take a quick look. That's how I feel about the auction lobbies in general. Now, let's look at what I think are probably the 3 most important auction lobby projects. I am in another one called GXY, but it's on life support, I think, honestly. DSP, over here, the auction's at 99,000 already. We still have a few hours to go. Check this out. CSE, their auction's at 151,000. And then T2X, they're at 90,000. So what's going on with CSE? This one's a more interesting one. I'm still not in profit on this one, but they treat this like a gaming platform. They run contests literally every day in the Telegram around their auction. Plus, they also have several dApps coming, 2 or 3 dApp projects coming up, and their projects, they're different than DSP. Like, they're not, what they're looking to do is a bit different. They're not following the exact same track, and they're different than T2X, which I really like what they're doing. Their next dApp, they actually had a dApp planned before they launched this platform, which was unique. Their next dApp comes out in, I think it's 10 days, 7 days or 10 days. It'll be different by the time you watch this video, but that's their next dApp coming out. So I like that part. T2X has the most innovation at this point on their platform. They're sitting at 90,000 Tron going in today. They have an X swap. They have, some other development coming. They did have a failed launch on Ethereum, but I think they're going to make that right. They were the first Tron version of this. And then DSP kind of cloned them, and CSE cloned them with their own unique spins. I'm going to tell you, a lot of people like to say, hey, they like to hate on clones. I'm going to tell you up front, that makes total sense. I did the same thing when I was in crypto. I hated the clones. But I have found that many times, in some cases, the clone, in some cases, can be better than the original with proper development. And that may be true here, although I'm not going to say that it is yet, but that may end up being true here as well. Or at the very least, it's a different type of opportunity, because CSC, their development is totally different than T2X right now, their development path. And DSP, their development path is also different than T2X right now. So the most profitable strategy is probably diversity. If you're going to be in one, you probably should be in all 3, as long as they seem viable, they have a team behind it, they're talking about doing something a little bit unique. It's worth paying attention to. Now, some of you, your feathers got ruffled because I said T2X was the original clone. T2X, this auction lobby idea, yes, is a clone of Hex. We'll get to Hex in a minute. I consider Hex a bit more of a stable investment than T2X, CSC, or DSP. But DSP has done well for me because I got in early, And when they had that big collapse, I ended up selling tokens, but I bought back in cheap. So it's actually done well for me. CSE is on track to do really well for me. And T2X, I 10X in 30 days and got out. Knowing what I know now, I would have never, ever got out. And it's why I'm still not getting out right here. I'm still holding on to my tokens, even though it looks like this auction lobby is low. I'm still holding on to my tokens because all it takes is a little bit of development to get people excited. And I'm not saying the development is long-term, is going to, but it's going to bring, if it brings enthusiasm, you'll have people jumping back in the lobby with a lot more. You'll see much bigger numbers here, which will do well for me because I've got stakes. I got a lot of shares on this platform. All right, so that's the auction. Those are the auction lobby. My plan going forward right now for these two particularly is just the hold and watch development. Hold and watch development. Stay up on the Telegram. I don't talk all the time, but I lurk, and I'm just watching development. And really the same thing for the Moon token as well. All right, next up, let's talk about our gaming platforms. So I love the gaming platforms, the tokenized casino investments. I need to explain what I like about these investments. First of all, they're great businesses. I've always thought gaming platforms were really good businesses. Even the brick and mortar versions are really good businesses. There's a lot of positive revenue coming through, and there's a lot of revenue coming through, meaning there's a lot of cash, for lack of better terms, or a lot of crypto, for lack of better terms, if they're run well. They have to be ran well. And so the profit potential can be enormous. In fact, I did a video talk breaking down real world stock investing into large casinos. And one of the things you'll find out is those aren't as good of investments, but it's because they're hyper competitive and there's a lot of overhead. So if they can stay efficient, then they can be very profitable. And the online crypto versions of these at this very moment are really, really efficient. Now there's 3 right now that there's actually 4. I need to pull up the other one. Okay, there's 4 of these that I really am focused on right now, paying attention to, and I rarely talk about all 4 of them, although I have at some point on my channel. By the way, if you like this type of content and you haven't done so already, do me a favor, ladies and gentlemen, hit that subscribe button, and of course, smash the like button. So I'll go through each one of these, and I'll talk about, let me just tell you what I like about overall. I told you that they can be very profitable, and they can offer some good passive. In the world of high-risk passive investing, I put these right here. They're high risk. Anything can happen to any of them tomorrow, but there's no obvious end date. These businesses, for all intents and purposes, as long as they get ran well, could continue to be good businesses and could possibly, feasibly, continue to be great investments long term. Not investment advice, but long term, they could be fantastic. And so that's what I like about these. I actually don't know of a better return on investment for your money at this point in the crypto space that has the ability to be consistent for a really long time. And I truly believe that. That's my opinion, not investment advice for you. That's why I really like these platforms. I'm in 4 of them. BetFury is doing the best. I just did a video. BetFury is part of my $100 a day challenge in crypto, $100 with a crypto challenge. I have a whole playlist on my channel about that. I'll put the playlist in the description. You can watch it. But this platform by far, right now, this moment, is producing about 0.5% a day in actual business revenue. That is insanity. I currently have 111,000 tokens. I'm on track to get 84,000 Satoshi. 84,000 Satoshis, probably like $12 right now at current Bitcoin prices. So I'm, getting roughly $12 a day, maybe close to $13 a day. It's insane. It's insane. Now, here's what else is interesting. These free boxes, a lot of people like these boxes, and I do too. I get a lot of them. But I've stopped right now buying new boxes because the only box that I can get right now, I need to collect this. I'll do it later, but this is free, by the way. They give you 75 free Satoshi. I have somebody who commented down in my comments. He collected the 75 free Satoshi every 20 minutes. He didn't have a lot, a few hundred, maybe a few thousand at the most Satoshi. He mined that for tokens, and then he started playing with the tokens. You can actually play with the tokens. And he ran it up, I think he said to 120,000 tokens or 150,000 tokens before he lost it all. I'm like, man, that's high risk, but how cool if he would have known to stop. So that was just a fun story. But the free box, of course, you should collect that, and it's normally 25 Satoshi, but they're running a promotion right now. It's 75. Now this right here, the cake box, this is the only one I can buy because I bought all the other ones right now. I always buy for 30 days because you max it out. But here's the key. Right now, it's only 10%, it's 9%. And the other day when I was looking, because Bitcoin prices have gone up, the return on the actual website has gone up as well. This one only gets me to 7%, but I'm getting over 0.5% a day right now. Right now, inside the actual gaming platform, mining the token, earning the dividends from the players. And that's crazy. That comes out to 15% a month. So at this point in time, I'm not gonna be personally mining I'm not gonna be buying the boxes right now. I compound every single day. I mean, 1.8 million. They pay out 3% a day of this into the dividend pool, and you know how many you're getting based on the number of share of tokens you have. So I've covered this extensively on my channel. You can go watch my $100 a day playlist and get a better idea. But the what's unique about all these tokens, all these gaming platforms that I invest in, all 4 of them, is you can mine the token or buy the token on an exchange. And when you have the token, you're therefore able to be able to earn a portion of the revenue coming from the dividend pool. Now, some of them are centralized, some are more decentralized, but that mechanic of having a token and getting a portion of the dividend pool is absolutely what is the unique commonality between all of them. So BetFury is my favorite right now by far. Wink is more of a long-term strategy for me. The Wink has multiple tokens. In fact, so does BetFury, and that's one thing I don't like. I don't like the multi-token ecosystem, because I like being able to mine one token and be able to earn a percentage of all the profits from that one token or buy one token. But like Wink, they have Win token, they have Live, they have Dice, they have Rake. But I primarily like the Live token, this thing right here. So I have 16,000 Live right now. I can buy these on Tron Trade, so I don't necessarily have to mine them. I like that. But at 475,000 Tron currently in the dividend pool, I'm going to get 10. Now, they pay out 100% every day, not 3%. They pay out 100% every day. So this sometimes can be negative and you'll get 0. Sometimes I've seen this as high as 5 million. And when it's that high, you're getting 100 Tron a day. So I plan to be adding some more here eventually. Right now, I really am focused on growing BetFury, but I'm definitely going to be buying some more Live. And they have the Dice token as well. I don't have hardly anything on Dice, but it does just as well. I mean, it does. I have 396 Dice. That's nothing, but it does really well as well. See, it's at 500,000 Tron right now, and I've seen it as high as 5+ million Tron as well, and it pays out 100%. Also, now what I don't like about Wink, the only thing I don't like about Wink is I don't like this multi-token ecosystem. I really, really don't like it. BetFury, what I don't like about BetFury is you can't sell the token right now. I'm okay with that, but ultimately, I know they're talking about listing it. I do want to see that eventually. I'm okay that they don't list it right now, but as the platform continues to mature, they've just celebrated their 1-year anniversary. I do want to see it. Oh, by the way, they got this spin thing that's crazy. I'm not going to show you, but you can click here and basically get a free spin. Well, I'll show it. I got 1,000 of their Tron token, which doesn't earn as much as the BTC token, but that's the biggest win I got. Where's it at? I got 1,000 of them, or 5,000. Sorry, 5,000 right here. And I was like, dog, that was crazy. But you can get up to 1 BTC. I don't know if anyone who's gotten that. You can get 1,000 of their BTC token, 100,000 BTT, 50,000 of their Tron token, $50 of USDT, 70. I've gotten this a couple times. I guess this might be the biggest win I've gotten, if it's in order of most profitable. This might be the biggest win I've gotten so far. But you can roll it every 3 hours, and I absolutely roll it every 3 hours. That's just during their birthday event. That's just a side thing. But I want to say that what I don't like is that it's centralized, that it's more centralized. I prefer for it to be decentralized, but that's just how they run their business. It's more centralized. But they only have 2 tokens, not 3, and really the earnings. And this is the only platform that you can earn passive Bitcoin. Everything else is more passive Tron. Wink pays out in Tron dividends mostly. So I like earning that passive Bitcoin. So I've talked about BetFury, talked about Wink. Now we're going to Chips. So Chips is one I had high hopes for. I actually mined $1,000 worth of this token. it's been a bit of a disappointment. They're just having struggle growing. They're having a struggle growing, but they seem to be pretty consistent, so that's okay. I only get about $1, and a half twice a day out of this one. I may come in a little bit bigger later, but I'm just going to keep watching it for now. They for about a week or so, it was several days, they were in the negative. They were losing huge over here on the Tron side. Now, the good thing about this one is they pay out in multiple currencies. They pay out in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tron, and USDT. That's awesome. I mean, that's absolutely awesome. But I thought they were in trouble because they were staying negative for so long, but now they're back in the 5-figure between payout range. So I think that's a good thing. We'll see where it stays. They pay out 50% twice a day. So I can tell you they're only getting about $10,000 to $12,000 in volume, where you can see what we got. BetFury pays out 3%. BetFury is getting like $40-something thousand in volume, $45,000 in daily new volume coming in. So you can clearly see which business is doing better. But I don't mind having a little bit of diversity. So I'm not saying I'm not going to continue to build up chips. I continue to pay attention to it, that's for sure. I haven't talked about it on this channel for a while because it's really been disappointing. I was really hoping they just did so much better. They got some great contests. They got a lot of promotions. They're really focused on the players. They're going to have more games probably than any other platform soon. So all that's really interesting. It's really cool, but it's got to still translate into player volume, and it hasn't fully translated into player volume yet. But in all fairness, they're also the newest kid on the block. So, but chips is definitely one that I like. The fourth and final one, probably the one I like the least from a player standpoint, and this is their dividends. Now, the way their mining is different. Their mining is very similar to the auction lobby model, believe it or not. In fact, they did this probably before Hex. Most people think Hex was the first one who invented this. But the way they do their auction, they don't really have an auction lobby per se. But what happens is, let me see if I can find it. What happens is they give out so many of their tokens every single day. Where's it at? That's the TRX payout. They give out a limited supply every single day. And it looks like it's going down here. But they give out a limited supply every single day. And based on your wager volume for the day determines how many you get. It used to was a consistent amount, but they did some changes somehow here, and I'm not sure if I'm not seeing it properly. But the point that I'm getting at is you can't just come in here and just mine a ton of tokens. The mining rate goes up and down every day. Let me see if I can. Oh, wager rate per token. So this is going to continue to go up, and then at the end of the day, when they finally pay out the tokens, you're able to then stake the tokens. And just like the auction lobbies, you don't get the tokens to the end of the day, and then you got to stake them, but then it's like a whole nother day before you start earning on them. It's very similar in a weird way to the auction lobbies. But you can see the different prices. That's based on how many people are coming in. And they've been quite low. I didn't realize it's been this low. So this is actually a good time to be mining. I haven't been mining this token. I should start mining this token. But what I like about this token, let me tell you what I like first, and I'll tell you what I don't like. What I like is its dividends are pretty consistent. I mean, like, let me see. You can see here, like, it's pretty consistent. There's always an off day. You'll see a 0 day or whatever. These are everyday daily payouts. But it's very, very consistent, very close for me to that 100 TRX a day. That's awesome. Now, let me tell you what I don't like. This is just a pain in the butt. You have to individually collect each day. That's a pain in the butt. But the real thing I don't like is they've never had any further development on the gaming platform. They have this idea of trying to create a token that's going to only go up in value. They have miserably failed at that model so far. But they tried to create a token that was programmable to only go up in value. It just has not worked. And that's the token that you can stake. If you buy their token on the platform, or if you buy their token on an exchange, you can't stake them on the platform. The only way you can stake them on the platform is if you mine them on the platform. So you can't just go buy a bunch of tokens and come and stake them on the platform. You have to mine them on the platform, which means that you kind of have to mine every day to dollar cost average in a little bit. The earnings are not outrageous here. It's like 40% a year, but it's still pretty decent. 40, 50% a year, it's still pretty decent, particularly if you're moving profits from one platform and mining with those profits just to continue to give you a return. The challenge is the gaming, they've never added the EOS side. They've never added the IOST side. They've always had these up here, but they've never ever added them where you can play with them. Oh, one thing I do like is this jackpot model keeps people playing. They have a great, this is a great game theory way to be able to play for a jackpot. It's really the only promotion that they have, but it's actually extremely, extremely effective. In fact, I recommended it to the Chips crew, and they've never implemented it, but this is extremely effective over here. It's amazing. You see some of the same people all the time on here going for this every single day. So there's a great gaming element to it. So the main thing that I like is that it pays out in Tron, which is fine, but it pays out pretty consistent every single day for your tokens. Things that I dislike is it doesn't pay out as well as the other platforms, and the gaming side is not their, it's just not their focus, which is crazy because I think they're onto something if they would just put some freaking focus on the gaming side, but neither here nor there. I'm still an investor over here. I still like being an investor over here, and I'm going to be mining some more of this token very, very soon. All right, next we're moving away from the gaming platforms, and we're going to start moving more into more of the more stable passive type investments. So first things first, we're going to mention Hex. I have a lot of Hex, but what I don't like about Hex, let me just say it up front, they have the auction type lobby. They work identical. You come over here, not here, sorry. Transform. You come over here into the auction. You put in Ethereum, not Tron. You get a portion of that Ethereum paid out every day. And you basically are able to, get some Hex. And then you stake Hex on the platform. The difference is you don't get dividends in Ethereum. You only get the interest from the Hex token. And this same mechanic, you get interest in the DSP token, the CSC token, the T2X token. Nobody cares about that interest. They just care about the Ethereum that you're getting. The interest that you're getting from so for example, when you go in here onto their transform, when you put in Ethereum, you don't get Ethereum back at all. On CSC, I think it's 98% of the Tron that goes in gets paid out in dividends. Same thing in T2X, it's 95%. DSP is 95% of the Tron that goes in gets paid out in dividends. In Hex, there's no Ethereum paid out. It's actually a token. The idea is the token is a utility, and the people want to own the token. They want to stake the token, the whole 9 yards. Here's what's interesting about Hex. I don't have super long stakes on Hex, mainly because there's a big payday coming. I don't know where it goes after the big payday. I personally believe that this thing has already started to crash. We may see it continue to crash. Either way, after the big payday, here's my prediction. Just trying to be objective. After the big payday, the price crashes. No question. Now, it's not going to crash all the way to zero, but I think we're going to see a significant crash because after the big payday, what happens is a lot of people are flooded with tokens without going into details in the Hex project. A lot of people are flooded with tokens. And when they get all those tokens, I just think there's no way that people are not going to be trying to sell at least a portion, if not all of those bonus tokens, at least a portion. Because if they stake from that point forward, the only thing they're staking for is a lot less Hex over time. Meaning the Hex ecosystem still works as far as it just changes radically. There's an inflation rate of about 3+% a year, but that inflation goes to you as a staker. And then if you stake longer, you get more interest in the token. There's not going to be a big payday. With the big payday, the more you've staked, basically you're going to get a larger percentage of those tokens essentially. But I just don't know how we're not going to see people. There's got to be a lot of people that have got stakes ending right around before and after the big payday. So I don't see, we're going to see some crazy price action. The odds that people are going to snap it all up and it's going to go even higher or see new all-time highs, that's not going to happen. I think the price is, anytime you flood the market with a supply, I can't imagine not seeing a price drop. It's the same reason why these auction lobbies drop over here, because people are getting less and less. The token is worth less and less every day because you're getting 2.3 million of the token. I just don't know what's going to happen with Hex personally, but I think we're going to see a price drop. Now, with that being said, people got into Hex. Hex has went up some crazy number, 10,000% or something stupid. Literally, the people who were early into Hex are still going to be making bank. Like, this still is going to be an awesome investment for them. And if I believed in this project super long, I wouldn't care that the price is going to drop. I would just hold my stakes and just let people do what they're going to do. Because when the price drops, I promise you, some people are going to panic and emergency unstake. And if you believe in the project, you're going to get those dividends from those emergency unstakes. So even though I believe that it's going to drop, I can understand why somebody thinks that it's not and why they would want to continue to hold the token. Is particularly if you're well into profit on this platform. I mean, there are people who literally have made thousands and tens of thousands, and some of them have made hundreds of thousands of dollars because, I mean, you drop a couple grand in a project that's going to go to 10,000x. I mean, geez. So this is one to watch. It's going to be interesting. The big payday, as at the time of this video, I think is in like 11 days, 10 days. So it's definitely going to be very interesting to watch. That's for sure. And I'm going to be watching it. But most of my stakes end before the big payday because I just didn't want to be involved in the hoopla, to be honest with you. And I've done well. My issue right now is this on Ethereum, and we didn't know gas prices were going to be insane. This is about was $10 worth of Hex when I put it in here. And now if I try to end stake, it's about $17 now, which is great. That's awesome. In a few months, make 70%. That's awesome. But look, if I try to end stake, a while ago, gas fees were like $10, $6. So I may end up having to do that, but I'd love to see that come down because that just eats into all my profit, essentially, which kind of stinks. But at the time that I did those, sorry, let me just reject that. When I did these stakes at the time, an Ethereum transaction was like pennies. It was nothing. 10 cents, 20 cents, 50 cents. And no one knew, we couldn't foresee DeFi happening. We couldn't foresee seeing these crazy gas prices on Ethereum. So that's where I'm at with Hex. Overall, I think Hex is an interesting project. I'm definitely watching it. I'm not at this point a super long-term investor. You can see all my stakes are going to be ending. But that's okay. I think it's fascinating. It's fun to watch. I've got some ending after the big payday right here. I got one ending after the big payday just because I wanted to see what was going to happen. But that's where I'm at on Hex. That's what I'm doing on Hex. Again, not financial advice. Do your own thing. If you go into Hex, there's people that's got Hex staked for like the next 10, 12 years. People believe in this thing like there's no tomorrow. And it's kind of a fun community to watch. I don't know if I don't agree with them, but it's definitely worth watching. And, you can't knock people in crypto. It takes all types, all beliefs, and none of us are right 100% of the time. I didn't get into Hex early, and I missed out, no question. And I may continue to miss out because there's not a logical reason why it shouldn't continue to go up, even if it dumps after the big payday. You cannot say if Doge can go up in price, there's no reason that Hex could not potentially go up in price. So I'm not riding that train, but no question that I may miss the boat, and I'm aware of that, and I'm okay on that. The thing that I don't like about it is it's not as passive. I prefer passive investments. All right, next up, on more serious, by the way, just to show you where this goes in my these are more my longer term type hodl type stuff. Next up, Crypto.com. I'm using I have the Crypto.com card, so I get cash back on this thing, and I get where's it at? Is it down here? Somewhere they showed the earn feature. So in Crypto.com, I'm getting about 6% in CRO tokens. Now the challenge is a CRO token, before I started this video, has dropped to 0.77 cents. It's dropping like a rock right now. That's not all bad because they have a crypto debit card and they pay great cash back on this crypto debit card. And I'm getting cash back at the lower prices. So eventually, if the price goes back up, that cash back is going to be really nice because I don't sell my cash back in CRO. I just let it stack up in CRO right now for the most part. I have just gotten the this is their cards. I've just gotten this one. I'm still waiting on it. To stake 25,000 CRO is what it takes, but you're going to earn 6% on that. So that's cool. I started out with a free card, but I quickly upgraded to CRO here. They got some great benefits, some great perks. This is a new video. This is an excellent video. Let's watch this video. It explains it better than anything that I've probably seen so far online.
Bitcoin, the best money we've ever had. With a different kind of money comes a different kind of card. A metal card, powered by crypto. Every time you spend, you get 3% back instantly. Want more? We've got that too. Paired with a powerful and secure app that lets you manage your digital assets in one place. Have an issue? Connect with a real person 24/7. Don't like fees? Neither do we. Oh, one more thing. How about these perks? The future is here. Reserve yours now.
So that's pretty epic. So basically, this is an app, and inside the app, you can apply for the card and whatnot. And I have a whole video where I do a tutorial on this card, and I'll link that above. I'll put it in the description. You can watch that. I'm waiting on this card, and it's got some great perks. From a investment standpoint, you get 3% cash back on all your spending. So some of my monthly bills I just pay with my Crypto.com card. I'm getting 3% cash back. I personally think that's epic. And yes, it's 3% cash back in the CRO token, but if I wanted to, I can instantly sell that CRO token for dollars or for Bitcoin. So it's 3% cash back no matter what. And right now, if you were going to get it, now's the time to get it because it's cheap, because the price of the CRO token is dropped drastically. I mean, it's under $200 to get the red card. And if you get the red card and you go through an affiliate link, which you can look on one of my other videos on my tutorial, you'll see an affiliate link in the description. But if you click on that affiliate link, you actually get $50 worth of tokens back. So you end up paying $150, but you don't pay it. You just stake the tokens. If the tokens go up in value, then you know they're always there. It's basically a type of investment. Do your own research, not investment advice. I like this card. I like it a lot. I love the cash back. It's amazing. I do plan to upgrade next year. I hope you get this card. That is my goal. I got the airport lounges. I'm going to be traveling here in the next month, so I definitely hope to have my card so I can test that out and use it. But I have the CRO token, and they pay me 6% because I have more than basically I have this card, so I get 6% now. I got it when it used to be 10,000 CRO to get this card. They recently upped it when the price of the token started dropping. But I have that card and I have it staked. I'm getting 6%, plus I'm getting a 3% cash back. And to be very honest with you, the 3% cash back is actually more valuable than the 6%. So it's a great passive investment. It's an easy way to hold CRO tokens. It's an easy way to earn CRO tokens. And I do think, personally, my opinion is the price is going up. Not investment advice, but I think the price is going up, so I don't mind holding and earning those tokens. I love earning 3% of the tokens right now because it's basically at like all-time lows, essentially, or at least lows that we haven't seen for many months. So I'm okay with that. Now, I'm going to move into more of my Crypto Passive Profits newsletter. Several of the strategies in that newsletter is what I'm going to be talking about next, and several of the earnings in that newsletter. So, first things first. This newsletter is totally free. Anyone can sign up for it. I'll put it down in the description. Now, once you sign up for the newsletter, you're going to see a video. The video is going to talk to you about some bonuses that I don't even mention here. And once you confirm your email, you'll be able to get those bonuses. The video also talks about our Crypto Passive Profits course. That is a paid monthly membership. You do not need to join that to get the free newsletter. The paid monthly membership is awesome. You know, it's $29 a month. It's going to be $29 a month. Right now, it's still in development, so it's only $10 a month. So if you want to get in early, you want to get it for $10, you can do that. However, you don't have to do that. You're still gonna, some of the stuff I'm gonna cover, you're gonna be able to get access to just inside this course. So starting off, first of all, CryptoTab browser, one of the two things I started talking about first on my channel. This thing has been epic to me. I'm currently earning over like $15 a week right now. And just for using my web browser. And people like to ask a lot of questions. People have to say things like, is it safe? I've never had a problem. I've never gotten hacked, never had security issues. Every now and again, someone's like, oh, Norton flagged it. That's because of the mining program. Norton's always done that because for a minute, people were installing on their websites a script, and you would go to the website, and the website would start mining cryptocurrency, but you wouldn't know it. It was using your computer to mine cryptocurrency, but it was giving it to the website owner. That was something shady that was going on a couple years ago. The companies that provide those scripts, I think, are no longer in existence. But Norton and stuff will still throw a flag up. But the flag is related to the fact that it's mining. And most people who have updated Norton, I don't think they get that flag anymore anyway. But every now and again, someone's like, I'm not using it. I got a antiviral flag. Well, you probably should probably use a little bit more intellect and figure out why you got that flag. I love this project. I have no problem with it. I think it's phenomenal. I introduce people who are not even using cryptocurrency. I've got 49,000 people on my mining network. People who are not even using cryptocurrency. I mean, people who don't even use it, don't even know what it is. I absolutely have helped people earn their very first Bitcoin by downloading, installing, and using the CryptoTab browser. It works. It's the browser I've been using this entire video. You always know because you see this little extension thing here. If you click on it, you end up on this page. But it's the browser I've been using this entire video. I love it. It's awesome. And it's basically Chrome. It's a Chrome-based browser that mines cryptocurrency in the background. People always wonder how much you can earn. I have people in our course that tells me this is our paid course. The paid course is all about learning out how to grow out your mining network. And I always share, what I'm doing in advertising, where I'm advertising, how I'm advertising, etc., to grow out my mining network. So the paid course, that's what that's all about. But the other thing that's really cool in the paid course is that we get to share a lot of topics. We get to talk about a lot of things and share things together, strategies and ideas and what's working and just, any changing news, etc. But I've got people in the paid course who are earning, $10, $15, $20, $30 a month because they have Ryzen CPU processors. And this CryptoTab browser doesn't use your graphics card. It uses your CPU. It mines Monero. It doesn't mine Bitcoin, but they pay you out in Bitcoin. And I've been, I get a payment almost every week. I usually withdraw when I get 100,000 Satoshi. And I usually get that out every week. And it's awesome. Sometimes a little every 5 days or whatever. But it's freaking awesome. I love this browser. I'm not, I've got a lot of videos on my channel about the CryptoTab browser. In fact, if you go online and Google CryptoTab browser, you'll probably come across a lot of my videos, because they have the black and white thumbnails. But that's the CryptoTab browser. It's continuing doing well. It's continuing to grow, and I really like it. Now, something else I talk about in our Passive Profits newsletter is free Bitcoin. And I talk about using a script to mine free Bitcoin. This is awesome. So free Bitcoin is just a faucet. It rolls. And I'm not going to do a full tutorial. That full tutorial is in our newsletter. It's like the 4th or 5th day of the newsletter. I break it down into a tutorial. And then the day after that, in the newsletter, you'll get an email that shows you how to actually download and use a script. But it's really, really awesome. I love it a lot. And the thing that I like about it that I don't ever talk about much is they pay you interest in Bitcoin. So there's another one that I use that kind of pays you interest in USD value of Bitcoin. But this one actually pays you interest in Bitcoin. So right here you can see that I get about 30 Satoshi a day. And it's compounded daily. So it's 4% a year, 4.08% a year, but it's compounded every day. It actually ends up being, time to roll. It actually ends up being more than that. It actually ends up being closer to like 5.5% or something a year because it's compounded. It's how compound interest works. It compounds every day instead of waiting for like one annual payout. So it's really, for me, it's just kind of a sort of a passive savings account in crypto is really what I use it for. I don't withdraw a lot from here. I normally withdraw from these sort of programs, and I withdraw and I advertise with them. But this one I don't a lot. I haven't. Last time I withdrew, I had 1 million Satoshi. And I withdrew, I think, $100 worth of Bitcoin at the time. But right now, I've just been building it back up, let it run passively. It's always one of the tabs on my computer. I'm constantly earning with it, and I really like it a lot. And I like the interest feature a lot. And I wouldn't like it as much if it wasn't passive. I mean, it rolls for me every hour, essentially. If I don't roll, it normally takes about 2 or 3 minutes, and then it will roll for you. But I don't usually, if I'm on the screen like I just did a while ago, I'll just hit the roll button. And when I'll open it up first thing in the morning, if I had it shut down overnight, this is one that I'd leave a lot overnight. But a couple times a week, I'll shut down my computer. I leave CryptoTab running, and I leave this running 24/7 most of the time. But a couple times, I'll shut down my computer. And whenever I shut down my computer, when I open it back up and I open up free Bitcoin, I'll always do the first roll myself manually just to save time and get it started. Cointoply. Love, love, love Cointoply. It's another faucet. I love it a lot. I come here, go to earn, hit roll. And I roll. I actually have won this jackpot once. I did a video about it. Ended up being about $50, $30 or $40, I think, worth of, not 50, $30 or $40 worth of Bitcoin. But I love this one a lot. Click bicycles. Oh, there's a bicycle. Duh. 23 coins. But I like it a lot. I have a whole video. Maybe I'll do an updated video on this. I mean, you can make some, if you like want to earn crypto and you don't want to put anything into it, CryptoTab, free Bitcoin, CoinToPly are some of your best options. Coming over to CoinToPly, being able to do the surveys, if that's your thing. I mean, realistically, I mean, you can make several dollars a day, $5, $10 in some cases, maybe even $20 in some cases, by doing the surveys. Now, that's got to be your thing, and you got to want to do it. But again, if you want to earn free crypto and you're like, you don't want to put anything into it, that is without question, you're going to be your best options. CryptoTab, free Bitcoin, and CoinToPly. Now, Moon Bitcoin I've talked about before on my channel. I still do Moon Bitcoin. I probably don't do it every day. I do CoinToPly twice a day. I roll the faucet at least twice a day. Also on CoinToPly, watching videos. If you're not in front of your computer and you can kind of let it play, that's also another way to earn some free Bitcoin or some free cryptocurrency. Again, someone who's making investments into Bet Fury and they're really active in doing that, they're going to those auction lobbies, not everyone's going to like the faucet thing because it's small amounts. But I'm going to tell you something. They absolutely add up. No question about it. They add up over time. And I like CoinToPly a lot, to be honest with you. There's some breaking news on CoinToPly. Google just banned their app from their Play Store, which is very interesting. It's just, I can do a whole video about that. Basically, the big boys are coming against crypto because the used to CryptoTab browser was not a standalone browser. It was just an extension on Google Chrome that mined crypto. But they banned the extension from the Play Store because Google has issues with crypto products. There's a whole article about this. Most recent victim of Google's anti-crypto bias. And this is well documented in the past. Metamask even got banned at one point in time from the from the Google Play Store. So now CoinToPly has. It doesn't matter if the app still works, you just can't download it from the Google Play Store. They need to put the app on the website somewhere so you can download it from their own area or whatever. So the app still works if you have it, but of course the website works just fine. And I really like this website a lot. I'll wrap up with this. If you are using CryptoTab browser or even free Bitcoin or even CoinToPly, and in some cases maybe even some of the gaming platforms, and you want to learn, how can you grow that? How can you promote that and grow it? You can check out our Crypto Passive Profits course. You can join us over here. There's 42 of us in here right now. I've already shared that with you. I told you it's $9.99 a month. Now, this course's focus is on growing out your CryptoTab web browser because it's the easiest thing to advertise for by far and to get users. You just have to know how to subscribe for it. So it's designed to be totally newbie friendly, someone who doesn't have a lot of experience or no experience or maybe not a lot of successful experience building out a passive income as an affiliate marketer in CryptoTab. That you can absolutely join us there. Once you join, make sure you come over into Discord. It's always amazing. About half the people ever join us in Discord. We're active in that Discord community. I think the Discord community is better than any of the videos, any of the lessons that I actually teach on the website. Now, with that being said, I do have, these are all the videos. There's probably 5 or 10 hours of content, probably closer to 10 hours of content here. There's more than 10 hours of content. What am I talking about? There's a lot of content. You're going to learn a lot as you go through this course. I'm going to do an update. I'm going to be releasing an update over the next, probably beginning of next week, if not this weekend. I'm going to be releasing an update on one of my advertising platforms. I always share what has happened, what my results were on that platform. So if you want to find out, what's the latest platform I've used, and you'll see were my results great. If they are, you can see how I did it and how I got great results, and you can go do it. If my results were not good, you can be like, okay, I'm going to avoid that, because chances are if I advertise somewhere, you've heard about it or you may have come across it and you've wondered, should I advertise there? Also, next month, what I'm going to be testing out this month, that's going to be in next month's update, is I've found a service where you actually can pay for installs and downloads. So you can actually pay where people install and download the browser. The key is, do they continue to use the browser? How much does it cost? Is it worth it? So that's what I'm going to be testing out this month. One of my subscribers actually requested, one of our members actually requested, hey, well, do you mind doing this? And I've done it before, so I have some experience with it, but I'm going to do it again so I can give some updated numbers. So I'm going to be doing that this month, and I'll be doing my update video on that next month. So if you want to check that out, come sign up now while it's only $9.99 a month before those prices go up. And the prices are going to go up once I finish developing out this platform. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, that's been an update of practically all of my passive income investments. I do have one group that I'm a part of, the kind of investment group. I'm going to be sharing that with you in a coming video. So if you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit that thumbs up. I've been very transparent on what I like about each platform, what I dislike about each platform. You can definitely put a link in the description. I mean, not a link. Links won't matter. You can definitely put a comment in the description if you have any questions about anything that I've said. I cannot give you personal investment advice. I will share with you what I'm doing and what my beliefs are. But this has been almost all of my, well, it has been all of my passive income investments, I believe, at this point. I do have, like I said, one group that I'm a part of. I'm doing some tests with that group right now. But as I continue to test this group within the next month, I've got a video coming out. And if things continue to pan out the way they look, this is going to be one of my best moves in all of crypto. And I'm going to be sharing that with you. So hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification icon, because you're not going to want to miss it. Also, stay tuned for Monday. You'll be seeing a video with the CEO or the co-founder of Base Protocol. I encourage you, listen, ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. It's about an hour and 20-minute interview. I encourage you to not only watch, but literally take notes. This is the kind of thing that I learned so much just talking to Nick, and you're going to want to be able to listen to what he has to say, pay attention, take notes. I mean, he's going to educate you on the crypto space and certain types of rebasing ERC20 tokens. And then you're going to learn there's literally 3 to 4 different ways with one token that you're able to potentially invest and earn profit with just one token. It's amazing. You're not going to want to miss that. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. We are here early. We are here first. Crypto hasn't hit mass adoption yet, and we have the greatest opportunities in this space right now by being early. Remember, decentralized crypto equals freedom. This is Crypto Wealth. I'm out.